UPYou community, and welcome to UPYou with Ezinne today. How you all doing? How was your long weekend? My God, 4 whole days of merrymaking. I hope we just didn't merry only. I hope we networked as well. Who did you meet? Who met you? July remains a stack-up month, so woman, stack up. Stack up on knowledge, stack up on she stories, stack up on love, stack up on your money, stack up on your network, stack up on your life, your journey, etc. Stack up and build reference markers for yourself and posterity. It is our hour on radio and I'm here to keep you company as usual. So let's do this, my beautiful people. Finding self, finding purpose. My name is Ezinne and I'm your host. Welcome back. Our topic today is the importance of networking. Networking, simply put, is making connections. Connect. Do you have connect? So who do you know? Who knows you? How can these connections aid you to succeed in life, work or play? When said like this, it looks pretty simple. But how does one network to build a network? Is it strategic or random happenings? Is there a science and method to it? Has it got anything to do with your parentage? The schools you attended, where you live, where you're seen, who you're seen with? What are the skills women need to stack up to build a network that works for them? May I remind you, dear listeners, that all episodes of UPYou with Ezinne are now uploaded on our YouTube channel. Please go catch up. Take the nuggets you need to run for your dreams, your life. Subscribe and leave us a comment. It will help us to serve you better. Remember, it's all about you. As usual, we're streaming on Instagram at UPYou with Ezinne and at gardenradio.com. The importance of a network. You're tuned into UPYou with Ezinne on 98.3 Mainland FM. We're discussing the importance of a network. Your network determines your net worth. That's a very famous saying. I'm sure that we have all heard. And that's all the ginger one needs to start building a network that works. If you've read my book UPYou, you know I wrote about not having coins, no connections, no calling, no chronos, no community at one point in my life. No social capital even. And I was about to bet a business. I'm sure there are women out there today listening to me in the same position I found myself back then. How do you go about stacking up a network? How did I go about stacking up a network? Our guest today is here to talk to us about the importance of female networking. Joining us all the way from Abuja is Mary Helen Nnadi, also known as Ezinne. She is a John C. Maxwell certified business executive coach, a learning and career development expert with over 25 years of progressive experience in the financial and capital market industries, respectively. Armed with an MSc in Human Resources, BA Hons French, MH has special interest in business and income growth, an interest that has seen her delve into personal development and performance optimization of academic instructors, also known as teachers. Her learning interventions and coaching has helped many individuals and corporate organizations to exponentially increase their productivity and profit. She was acting director, Human Resources Department, deputy director, divisional head, learning and career development at the Securities and Exchange Commission's SEC, Nigeria. She was head Diamond Bank Training School, Lagos, regional coordinator Diamond Bank Regional Training School, Abuja, Dean Diamond Bank Academy, Lagos. Outside her professional engagement, she is committed to the advancement of young Nigerians and has demonstrated this through several one-on-one and virtual career mentorship and business coaching sessions. MH is Fellow Institute of Management Consultants of Nigeria, member Chartered Chartered Institute of Personal Management, selected into International Who's Who of World Professionals USA, Certified Management Trainer, Center for Management Development, Nigeria. Dear listeners, we bring you the best of the best week on this program. Please bring out your notebooks, your writing materials as you join me in welcoming a very special guest on the show today, the beautiful, the highly cerebral Miss Mary Helen Nnadi. Good morning, Image. Are you there?
Good morning, Ezinne.
Morning. How are you today?
Good, thank you. And you?
Very well, thank you. And how is Abuja?
We are good. It was a bit rainy in the morning, but a lot better now. The weather is clearing.
It's good to have you on the show today. I'm really highly pleased that I finally got you on.
Thank you, Ezinne. Thank you for having me.
Okie dokie. So let's roll, because time is always not our friend on this program. So let's start by getting your perspective and understanding of today's topic with a triple barrel question. So I'm going to give you 3 questions at once. 1, what is a network? 2, why is it important to stack up 1 as a woman? And 3, what is the power of a network?
Okay, thank you very much for your question. I'll go straight to the responses.
Yes, please.
As a career professional, I will refer to a network as a group of mutually connected individuals by virtue of interest, partnership, or profession, and they basically provide information, influence, guidance, and support to individuals within the network. Now, it is important because as long as you're professional in any industry, networking is a vital skill for successful career. Right. And then the third question is, what's the power? A network assists one to progress in one's career quickly. Having a reliable network boosts your total well-being. Remember, I said reliable because not all networks are reliable.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
Yes, we know that about all networks not being reliable because sometimes our phone networks don't work, right? Okay, now I see you skewed your answer towards the career woman, but does the woman who isn't playing in corporate Nigeria also have need for network? Because most of my listeners might be entrepreneurs and some of them might be homemakers.
Yes, why not?
So
I know a lady in Abuja, for instance, her area is sit-at-home moms.
Good.
So there can be a network of sit-at-home moms.
Okay.
There can be a network of market women. There can be a network of trust members.
So basically, every woman needs a network that is reliable, that works. Fantastic. So now we had 4 days long holiday and most people traveled. They went for Salah and all of that. I was just thinking, I was saying this is a networking opportunity, and people are probably going to be going around eating meat, greeting people, family members, and really not networking. So the thing they say, who you know and who you know is responsible for how far you go. So do you think that women understand this and are actually using this?
Well, some do and some don't. You see, nothing in life is absolute. For those who understand the power of networking, they go out of their way. And for those who don't, they just sit and wait for it to come. That brings me to something, my pastor shared in church or always tells us. There are people you need and there are people who need you.
True.
You need me, for instance, I expect you to reach out to me. And I reach out to those I need. I know that a lot of times I've had to reach out to you, Ezinne, to say I need assistance in one area or the other.
True.
Again, somebody said that destiny is first in company. So we need ourselves, but you must know who needs you. You must know who you need to be able to, know where to channel your energy.
You just took me back now. Thank you, Image. You just took me back to when I was in Federal Government Girls College, Owari, class 3, and they were teaching us about relationships, and they taught about symbiotic relationship and parasitic relationships. I don't even know how that came into my head right now. But you see, when you were talking, we all need each other. So know who needs you, know who you need. And I said, that's like a symbiotic relationship. Okay, so networking is like forming relationships, and it's best for us when the relationships are symbiotic, right? Rather than parasitic, right? Brilliant. I like how you took my mind back several years. Okay. So, like I said, when we hear network, we automatically think corporate people, wearing suits and all, doing all those events that they're all suited up, everybody's dressed to the nines and all, sipping something, and everybody's talking, and then you're just walking and you're wondering, where do you tap in? How do you break into this group? I need to talk to these guys, but they're all looking very and most times women don't network that way. We want to have a connection, we want to hug you, we want to sit down, we want to tell our stories, we want to laugh before we make our pitch. And the men are doing the elevator thing. 2 minutes. Hi, my name is John. Da 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 da. So how do we get into the stuff? How do more women understand how to do power networking? How to go to these power events and not feel intimidated?
Okay, thank you for that question. From my experience, men and women do not network the same way.
True.
Men typically use the elevator pitch style, while the women want the whole works, connection before the pitch. And I've also found out that the male brain is more compartmentalized. They go straight to the point. As a matter of fact, I have a senior colleague in Abuja. He said if he sends you on an errand, when you come back, give him the answer first before the stories. It was successful. And then, I took a bus from point A to point B. I climbed a staircase, that kind of thing. He doesn't need all those stories. Let him know the answer first. So that is the way men are. Right. So they tend to decide right away, with little or no, small talk, whether they will work or not. Men are focused on certain needs, while women are focused on building long-term personal connections or friendship. But we can actually, use both.
Let me quickly open the studio lines because this conversation has taken off and I'm beginning to and I'll soon get carried away and it will be time to sign off and I will let you talk, my dear listeners. So the studio line is 0913 6000 410. Please WhatsApp us, send us SMSs and call us, and please engage Image. I mean, this is stuff that people pay her to go and teach them, and she's here giving it to us free. If you really want your life to work, you need to build a network, and you must learn how to build this network. So going back to you, MH, the phone lines are now open. We expect callers to call us. You were saying that men do not, network the same way we do. And I like that example that you gave about that colleague or boss of yours you mentioned who will say, give me the result first. I have something in my office that says around here, excuses don't work. Results is what we deal with. So you give me the result and then you can make the excuses thereafter. You tell me the story. So I'm a little bit like that man.
Let me also add one that I learned from Fela Duroto many years ago.
Okay.
He said that failure plus excuses is not equal to success.
Failure plus excuses.
Yes, it's not equal to success.
So you failed, and then you're adding excuses to it. It can never equals to success. That's nice to know. I'll keep that one also in my brain. So now, I'm thinking, you've heard this phrase, think like a man, act like a woman. What do you think about that phrase?
Well, I've been in the training space for a while. I found out that not everything we teach in the classroom works out there. And
how can I clap for this, your comment? Let me just digress. I've been to a lot of business schools, and they keep teaching us these business theories and everything. And every time I raise my hand, I'll say, this cannot work in my business. They'll say, this woman has come again.
Let me take you to this, what John Maxwell, there's some model we now teach. We call it DISC, personality profiling. Some have the D personality, which is the dominance.
Yeah.
Some have the I, some have the S and T. There's no motivation you use to make a lion behave like a goat or a sheep and vice versa.
Oh dear.
But you take a what they call pig to maybe where they wash, cars or whatever, and wash the pig. Put perfume and say, come, be clean, okay, be neat. Dip that pig, the next dustbin, it goes right in there.
He has to
so what am I saying? We don't all have the same type of makeup.
Mm.
Again, a story was shared where, that some guys would like to marry a woman who you say jobs, you say how high. Teach you until I go to Kawan and more than back. You see. You love that how quiet nature, you love the fact she's obeying you. But truth is that lady is lazy.
Wow.
And then you have another one who is on the get up and go. There are bills to be paid, she's willing to partake and stuff. She's everywhere and everything. You're enjoying her contributions in the home. But truth is that lady is stubborn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going this route now to tell us at the end of the day, after all said and done, our personalities will come into play.
Okay.
But what we will also do as human beings is to identify those who have the strength we lack and defend them.
So you're already giving us the nuggets of what to do. So look for what you don't have in other people.
Yes.
And then pull those people into your network.
Naturally, I do that all the time, and you can confirm. Sometimes I write things I'm not too comfortable with. We all went to FGGC, where you and I. But I found out that you have strength, gifts of the gap, which I may not have as much as yours. And I want you to tell me, I need you to help me read through this and, find out if it makes what I want it to happen. And then you cannot succeed in life with being arrogant. No. You must come off your high horse and run to those who can help you.
Interesting stuff right there. Of course, you are my go-to person when I need to find someone in this country. Because you're famed for knowing everybody who is everybody, especially in the financial sector. And most times I've had to call you up middle of the night, early in the morning, mate, I need contact to so, and you say, give me a few. And then you come back. For me, you embody that thing about us all being 6 degrees away from the person we need. So how did you acquire this arsenal that you have?
Well, if I tell you I went out of my way to do it, I'll be lying to you. So my first came with some traits. I came with that networking nature. I'm also a typical, somebody we call somebody who's an extrovert.
Okay, that helps, right?
Yes, of course it does. There are some, I can walk into any crowd and I look around and, in fact, I went for ITF 16th annual conference in Port Harcourt many years ago, 2004. And some gentleman, each key newspaper they present, he will raise his hand. My name is Dr. Charles, I work for Spell, you make an interview. Some other person comes down, make the key newspaper presentation. The guy raises his hand again to make an interview. He did it like 3 or 4 times. During tea break, I carried my tea. I went to him. I said, are you the only one in this hall? I need to know you. Who are you? We exchanged cards and became friends.
Oh, wow.
I found out that Dr. Charles has 3 PhDs. 3.
Oh, wow. So when the guy was making himself visible and then you noticed him and you walked up to him?
He was not even making, he just him. In fact, I hear he goes to Uniben to lecture students free of charge, PhD students. That if he dies now, he will die with all the knowledge in his head.
So
he's just somebody who is, you know what I mean, overflowing with knowledge and information. So that kind of person, I wouldn't expect him to come looking for me in that hall. We were like 300 or 400 or more. I went looking for him. I shook hands with him, gave him my card, introduced myself. He is, when they made me a deputy director, instead I was just smiling. As any assignment to give me here that I don't know.
You have the resource person already.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Now, MH, I hear a lot of things from what you're saying.
Okay.
What you're saying that it's good to build a network even before you need it.
Yes.
Even before you know that you will need it.
Oh, yes.
And I also hear you saying, look for people who have the strengths you don't have.
Yes.
Because obviously...
And that was even in marriage.
Oh.
A D personality man should not marry a D woman. It will not work.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, this story is becoming hydra-headed. Okay, so now it's so interesting. It's amazing how we start on one topic and he gets the life of his own and begins to just
but
go.
they have a handshake.
Exactly. So now, all this thing of play down your weakness, concentrate more on your strengths. There's an easier route to it.
That's right.
Acquire friends who have strengths in your areas of weakness. And so they cover up for you.
When I was in the university, I had this friend. She's in the US now. She had a mechanic friend, a shoemaker friend, a cobbler friend, a cleaner. I mean, she calls them friends, but I know that they are there to, run around for her or support her. So we need support.
You see, you just dropped another nugget there. Networking runs up and runs down. You network up and you network down. Because the day you need a shoemaker and you don't know any shoemaker, and that's the only shoe you want to wear to that party, you're in soup. So we don't get so high up on our horses that we can't come down to make friends.
I want to tell a code Jiro, if I need a dress or an outfit, it's just a phone call. Hey, Jiro, I'm going to Dubai. I want to look like those women there. You go to the market, cut the fabric, make the dress. She just knocks on my door. I pay her, she goes away with her money. Hey, Jiro, I have a training. I need a dress for myself. Hey, Jiro, it's an investitor. Hey, Jiro, I'm going to a wedding. It's just a person I tell her about. So I don't remember the last time I entered the market to start looking for fabric to cut.
Oh, wow.
And now, with the age of technology, when she enters a late store, she will take photographs of the ones she likes, because I wouldn't depend on her to choose the good ones for me. So send me 3 or 4 samples, and between us on that video, we pick up, the material. I think I'm going to pay for it and go to make it.
Interesting.
It makes life a lot easier for me. Because that time I used to around the market looking for lace material. I'll use it and read up something, or listen to something that will add value to me.
Build on your other strengths, right?
When I was a deputy director in SEC, they used to pay me to hire 2 domestic assistants and a driver. Because the deputy director, I'm not expected to wake up in the morning, start boiling water, bath junior, bath senior, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sit in the sitting room, go and wash the car. By the time you get to work, all the DD I would have left behind.
Oh my God. Please, listeners, I hope you guys are enjoying this talk as much as I am. The phone lines are still open, 0913 6000 410. Okay, while we are still waiting, I want to ask you, I want to take you back to something that, you talked about earlier. The difference between men and women networking. What are the benefits of the way women network, and what are the disadvantages?
Okay. The benefit is that for the women, we tend to drill deeper before we connect. But a typical man can meet a man. In fact, assuming they're both smokers, you could just ask him for, when I see men, one is smoking and the other one asks for it, he just removes it from his mouth and gives the other one, that one puts it on his mouth.
COVID came to rob us of all that,
Do you understand? So, the advantage is that you might just be missing an opportunity. Like I told you, like I said about the gentleman I met at the conference, if I hadn't connected with him at that conference, I may never have known him.
Okay, so even though we want to have that deeper connection, sometimes we lose opportunities. So we might as well begin to do the elevator pitches, right? Because sometimes, these days it's very interesting. We all carry all the cell phones, yeah? And so you run into someone, that you probably would want to meet. And you find out what happens is that people now start making videos. So the person shows in their video and they say, see who I ran into. But they probably didn't even say hello and didn't get a card and didn't make a connection. But they made a video. So, women, now they make the video pass. So what do you have to say to us when that's exactly what you're saying, that we miss opportunities opportunities. How can we, grab these opportunities when they show?
You see, when I meet people, the first thing I do is to take their card. It may please you to know that 2 years ago I went to Dubai, all expenses paid, because some people got out a collector complimentary card. I've had them since 1992 to date.
Oh, wow. Say that again, please.
Everybody I've met between 1992 to today. I only removed the ones of those who have passed. For everybody I've met who gave me a card, the card is right in my house.
Oh, wow.
Right. So, those cards are things, in fact, not just having the cards, I have them sorted out according to professions. If I need business people in Abuja, I have a pack of cards for them. I need Diamond Bank, former Diamond Bank staff, I have a collection for them. I need expert GDC with a person, I have a collection for them. So that receiving these cards is easy for me. So, whenever you meet people, the first thing is to ask for their cards. As adventure, they don't have a card, then you take their number.
I understand what you've just said now, because my husband is like you. He has stacks and stacks of. His is alphabetically arranged, So when he wants somebody whose name is A, he will say, "Get out the A." And then they go to read and they find what they're looking for.
I'm glad to hear this.
No, but I'm not that organized.
That's something we need to learn. It helps because it helps with time. 3,000 compliments.
I'll try. Okay, so we have a message here from the message platform. Incidentally, I can't see the person's name, but I'm sure you will know you're the one. He sent a message and said, "Good morning, Ma. I'm really enjoying your conversation with your guest. This has really shaped my thinking in that everyone has potential to harness and tap from."
That's right.
Okay, thank you. Keep it coming, people. We often accuse successful people of keeping their network exclusive image. We'll just say, "I don't mind them because they've made it. They don't want to show us road." I understand it takes a lot of time and grit and every other skill in between to build a really great network that works. Please, can you share with our listeners how they can begin to build a network, where they can start from to build a network, and when they can start to build a network?
They said the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The next best time is today.
Now.
To start now to build a network.
Yeah.
Now, there are people you access in different ways. There are people you access by adding value. There are people you access by serving. There are people you access by connection. You see, most of the people I know today, no matter how highly placed they are, I've known them in at least 20 years. 15 to 20 years. And then I must also tell you that it's not a lie that when people get to a certain level, you can no longer access them. Sometimes it's not their fault.
Okay.
So success comes with a lot of challenges. We must pardon them because they cannot afford to meet with everybody. The only reason they come to you is that you have something spectacular and they need it, they'll look for you. So that is what I know that Mr. K advised at the Windy conference many years ago. Mr. Umose, former DG of Search. He said that we should try and do the best at what we do. Differentiate yourself. Focus on your potential. There is a kind of value you have to add. You cannot be ignored.
True.
But if you're mediocre, you may not be too, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not easy to get there. For them to have gotten there, like I always tell them in my church, before you envy the glory, find out the story. So I went through thick and thin to get there. And for anybody who is given the position of a DG, for instance, you're not going there to go and socialize. You're going there to go and work and prove your mettle. You're going there to go and face challenges, especially in Nigeria. And a lot of people are in need. So the number of needy people around them, if they start focusing on them, they will never do their job. And that's the truth.
True.
I'm not holding brief for them, but But I know that this is what happens.
Okay, so much as we say that they don't open up their exclusive network to the rest of us, we need to also cut them slack. Yeah, that's what you're saying essentially.
Yes.
Okay, many times when I interact with women,
Yes.
right after they say I don't have money to start a business or pursue an education or whatever, yeah, the next thing you hear is I don't know anybody. How can this narration change for women?
I have found out that everybody in life came with a gift from God. Discover that gift. And a lot of times we look down on certain things. I know a lady, okay, let me give you a typical example. Somebody from my church said she can braid hair. I invited her to my house. That was years ago, like 10 years or more. She finished braiding my hair. After, where did you learn? She said, I didn't learn. How much? She said 3,000. I paid her. Another lady was introduced to me. Who came to me? I don't want the same time. Braided my hair. I said, how much? She said 7,000. I paid her. I asked the same question. Where did you learn? She said, Ma, I spent 6 years in Cotonou learning how to braid hair to shoot the shape of face. Now, when I was in SEC, one of the days I was wearing the braid she made of me, Miss Marie, the former DG of SEC, saw me entering the lift. I like your hair. I said, you need the number of the lady that made it. She took the number and that lady went to her house to braid her hair.
So you see, you might have talent, but you need to hone it.
If it is braiding hair, go and learn it. This lady braids hair. So I could make my hair. And Ezinne say, oh, I like your hairstyle. The lady will tell Ezinne, your hair is anti. The shape of your face is oblong, whereas MH has a round face. It will not suit you.
Fit you.
I mean, she does braiding with that level of expertise.
Obviously, I will go for the person who will take into consideration the shape of my head.
He has built a house in Gishiri village in Abuja and bought a car braided alone.
Loud it, please, like we say. Loud it.
He has built a house in Abuja, in Gishiri village, and bought a car just by braiding hair.
Awesome stuff.
He could visit a home, braid madam and one or two little children and give them a bill, 40, 50, 60,000. And they're happy to pay her.
And that's what people earn going to work 30 days in a month?
Well, she took time to learn. The girl that does my nail says she not only learned how to make nail in Lagos, she went to Yaba along the road to learn how to do nails. The last time she did my nail for former Diamond Bank's meet and greet in May, she charged me 12,000 to make my nails.
Wow. This is all interesting. So everybody needs to put in something extra. You have to put the extra on your natural,
Yes.
and package it nicely.
Customer will come to braid hair now. You need me to give you money to buy the attachment. So all you need is your hand to come to my house. Or maybe transport to come. And if you can braid it as well as charity, I've retained charity in 10 years or more to braid my hair.
This thing we're talking reminds me of women helping women. One adage that I like to hear a lot. I tend to believe that it's not about handouts.
No.
Handouts are good, but they only plaster issues. I keep saying women helping women should be women helping other women to build connections.
That's right.
These days when I want to introduce another woman to another, I go, this is MH, she's a growth and finance expert. And I'll say, so this is Sandra, she's the head of programs at Mainland FM. I go that extra mile to tell you what the person does, so that you can make a connection and see how both of you can be useful to yourselves. And I think every woman should adopt that going forward. It helps. This is Ngozi. Ngozi is a designer, and this is Nkechi. Nkechi is a shoemaker, and so this is Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. We all know who she is, and so this is, give that extra. That is what actually is woman helping woman. Do you agree? That's my own understanding.
It may please you to know, Ezinne, that my tailor Ejiro, Esiko Ezi, she told me that I've contributed to at least 75% of her business growth.
Look at that.
That is when I wear her dress, I put my picture on the, on my Facebook page. Oh, do you like my outfit? Who else? Ezinne. Most of my Facebook friends know her. Somebody actually chatted me one day. So, okay, this Ezinne, can one afford her? I said, go and try now.
Okay, as always, when we are on this program, time keeps running, and right now it's all just running. So I'm going to ask you to give us your final thoughts, and I'm going to give you like a multiple one. So I'm going to say, MH, tell us what drives you, what makes you to be so passionate about teaching other people and amassing this massive network that you have that works for you? And also, finally, please tell our listeners out there, tell us something that will keep us going, helping us to build our own networks.
Okay, starting from when I grew up, we were 10 in my family. My mom had 10 of us. My mom is a retired midwife, and my late father was a school teacher. Now, right from home, we started getting responsibilities as young as age 7. We had a small portion of part to sweep. If for any reason you don't sweep it, my late father will call you from school to come and sweep your path, because that's the only thing you do in the morning. When you went to school, you were expected to pass. In fact, we used to pass because of my father, not that we enjoyed passing.
All right.
That also takes me back to what Mr. Ote said at the WIMBI's lecture in 2014. He said that when she came first in school, Mr. Ote, the former DG said, that she came first in school, her lecturer told her that she should come first plus.
Oh, first wasn't good enough. It should be first plus.
So that was at the point I started getting put on my toes to, make sure I did what I was expected to do. When I passed through a polytechnic, my late father woke up one day and said that, he started counting his students in universities. He didn't count me. He said that IMT was not a university.
Oh, dear.
So I had to throw away 3 years, 2 years with OND and 1 year IT. I wrote JAMB, and when I entered university, my younger brother was in 3rd year, and I was in 1st year. So that gave me the push. And I think that now became part of me. Again, I'm in retirement. This is my 10th year in retirement. Somebody called to my friend and mentor. Someone said that when the home is not at peace, you are truly retired.
Your own retirement is a scam.
When the home is not at peace, that you are truly retired. I have a daughter who is 10 and a half. My daughter does not understand retirement. Her classmates are going to UK for an excursion. She wants to go. And when you tell her you can't afford it, so why can't you afford it? Other parents can afford it. So I tell people that if you have my kind of daughter, you sleep with one eye open. So really, you just must do it, and God will help you. All the years in Diamond Bank, I never went on a foreign training in 20 years. But I went into STEC. Within 5 months, I was airborne to Columbia Business School in New York. So somehow, God will bring a reward.
Thank you. All the way from Abuja, that was MH. Thank you so much for coming on the show. We have learned quite a lot from you today, and thank you for sharing these amazing eye-openers with us. The ball is now in our court to build or not to build a network and a net worth too. My takeout today is that we are 6 degrees away from the network we need to build. So start from where you are to connect with those of like minds around you and those around them. This thing is a rippling effect thing. You connect with one person, then you connect with that person's network, and then you keep connecting. Life is all about connection. And like Emmett said, you connect to some people through your intelligence. Some others you connect by serving them. Some others you connect by sharing the same kind of hobbies with them. Some others you connect by going to where they go to, being seen with people they know. Something just must connect you to another person. Do not overlook it. I have some friends today that it's amazing how we met. You will never think anything will come out of it, but some things did come out of it. And also, that person you're looking at today, that the person is just a regular person to you, look at that person and picture what that person will be in the next 20 years. It's not when that person becomes a governor that you want to go and make the connection. At that point, you've already lost it, because the person by then will be carrying people who knew them from 20 years back. You heard MH. She said all her connections come from 15, 20 years ago. So please, keep connecting. It's an energy, and make it magnetic. If you do it well enough, you will now start to attract the kind of people that you like. Please do not be careless over your life. A lot of destinies are tied to you stacking up and running with your dreams. Start attending network events, meet and greets, see and be seen events where the kind of people you want in your network gather. Our guest today is very intentional about that, and she's told us a lot. So, woman, it's time for you to begin to stack up. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, because this is where we wrap up today's edition of UPYou with Ezinne. It's been another amazing one. Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, at UPYou with Ezinne. Get copies of our books, UPYou and When Adversity Strikes, Fight. Thank you. Big up to everyone that is involved in creating this magic every week. Starting with you, our dear listeners, our guests, our advertisers, our callers, the engineers on duty, the amazing UPYou team, Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. You all stay strong, stay blessed, stay lifted. My name is Ezinne Kufurekane, until I come your way next week. It's UPYou, and UPYou.